guys, Russ Goslin here, and this is my fall update of my YouTube channel about, all things that we like, model building, and all the wonderful, exciting things that go on the workbench. Where to begin? Okay, let's start off with the builds. Where am I? My JU87 Stuka ran into a little bit of a problem. First time too. The decals are ruined. When I cut them out and soaked them, it was very slimy and a lot of sludge on the carrier film, so they were a complete wash. So I went and did a search, checked out Sprue Brothers, went to my local hobby shop, went through all their files of decals, and I cannot find any JU87 Stuka D5 decals at all. eBay, went through there, and the only ones they got is the Romanian markings. So I am in a pinch. So I'm going to ask my subscribers, the community, if anybody has any 1/48 scale Stuka decals for a D5. I am more than willing to make a trade or make a purchase. Or if anybody knows of any shops that online that I can go check out, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. What else is going on? JU52 from last year's Secret Santa exchange. It's pretty much built. I'll be having some videos coming up shortly. It was an interesting build. It was challenging, but it turned out okay. I'm very impressed with the results. So again, I thank Lou over in Connecticut. That was a great little build. And yeah, so check out the videos. The Schutzwagen, the build of the year. It's coming along, and I'll have a video coming up probably in a week or two. I want to take it to the model show coming up next month. That's my target goal. All I need to do at this moment is finish up some exterior work, do the painting, weathering, and we'll be looking pretty good. So stay tuned. Okay, the Sopwith Camel, yeah, it's just sort of sitting there on the bench collecting dust. I'll get to it eventually. I got 4 years, so it's okay. Alright, so what's some new stuff? I did go into working on my Henkel 111 from Revell 172 scale. Now I know Ben Cross built that big one, Alex Modeling has got the big one, I'm sure there's a couple other fellows been working on the 132 scale Henkel, but darn it, I got the 172. It's small, but it still drops bombs, baby. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a filler queen. It's got some filling, but nothing too over the top. I'm pretty impressed with the interior detail for the cockpit. For such a small scale, it's got nice little details. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. That's coming out good. I won't be making any videos of this build. I think what I'll do is just make a single video slideshow of the build and final results all in one package. I did that with my Sturmgeschütz I built last year, and sometimes it's, just keep it simple, make it fun. Alright, so not much to say about this. It is a nice little build. Someone was telling me on the commentary that this is an old Italeri kit that Revell got the rights to, I believe. But if so, hey, it's still a nice little build. The only thing I'm not too sure about is the wings. If you look at it straight, you see that the wheel struts, they're kind of at an angle, and I don't know if that is the way it's supposed to be or not. I thought it'd be more of a 90-degree angle, but I don't know. So maybe if any of you out there know more about Henkels than I do, please drop me a line. I'd appreciate it. Because there was a significant amount of filling inside the wing roots underneath. And I felt it was easier to keep it nice on top and then keep the deeper ones in the bottom. So, and this will be it for splinter camouflage. Yeah, I'm going to take a break from that for a while after this. Maybe make a Spitfire. Okay, there's the Heinkel. My other build I've been doing, and not talking too much about, is my father, as I told everyone in my summer update. You know, he's a extensive train collector, model train collector. So I have been working on the water tower, which is right here. It's not finished, but most of it's done. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's just a brick block house with a roof and a water tower. It's got kind of like a slate or shingled roof. And obviously the spout isn't on yet, and there's a chimney. And I scratch built a coal bunker with styrene on this side. And there it is. This was a fun little build. I use all kinds of washing techniques. I used sludge wash for the brickwork, and I did my wood grain. I carved all the grains for the wood, and I put in a nice burnt umber oil wash. And for the roof, I put in I think half of it sludge wash, and the other half's just a regular oil wash. But yeah, it came out pretty sharp. My dad's pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna make some kind of tribute video to model railroading, and I'm sure I'll have this on the layout for that video. So I'm sure now that I've shown him my model building skills being used in model railroading, I'll probably get conscripted to do other buildings that he has. I don't mind. It's a nice little thing. Okay, the last one is my German half-track, the SD KFZ7. It's the flak Berlin gun thing. Here it is, right here. I started this again. I started this in Massachusetts, and then I went to Colorado, and now it's back in New Hampshire. So yes, 3 states. It's coming along pretty well, and I've started working on my little, I don't know what they're called, the doors for the trailer, or the thing, which is going to lead into a topic later, which I might as well go into now. I'm starting a new video series, because the Tools of the Hobby series is something that it'll go into next year, but I kind of foresee it as having an end, closure to it. You know, I don't consider myself the greatest painter in model building. Some people are definitely painters. You look at Red Dragon Gilbert. You know, he's a painter. Carlos Mendes from Portugal. You know, he's a painter. He's really into it. I'm a builder. I love building. I could build all day long. So painting's not my strong card, and it's you know, my weaker link. It's something that I'm still learning, and there's a lot of things to learn still. So my Tools of the Hobby series will probably begin to reach a peak where I'm still learning all kinds of tricks. So really can't, you know, teachers are supposed to be good learners, right? Or students, how they say that? Yeah, something like good teachers. You know, a good teacher is seen by someone who exhibits the desire to learn as much as to teach. That relationship. Anyway, so my new series that will be coming out it's going to be called Styrene Surgery. And basically what's happening is any advanced techniques that I want to share, and I just don't want to I want to put them into a category, and that way I can make a playlist, and then all of you can go through it instead of going through all my videos, which is a bit a bit much. So this will be episode 1, and what I'm doing to the model here is I'm doing a basic modification. The model comes with, obviously your screen material and these little mounts that stick in. And what I found was I felt that something was missing. Because if you look, this side, it's got a nice face, it's got structure to it, but on the reverse it has nothing. It just you glue on the screen and there's no edge work. So I decided to take some square bend from Evergreen models and make my own edging, and I'm going to put slots in the middle. And so episode 1 will be featuring how I went about making this little modification to improve this model kit. And hopefully, and every episode is going to be different. I mean, different things, but it'll incorporate scratch building and anything that's cutting styrene. So there's a lot that can happen, and I think what ultimately it gives a lot of food for thought for model builders, because there is probably almost limitless series of scenarios or situations where you're going to have to do some sort of modification on your model. Not that you have to do that to be a model builder, but as I always say, I think as we get more invested in the hobby, there's a natural inclination to want to improve. At least I do, and a lot of other people do. But again, and how you measure that, though, I mean, even stretching sprue for antennas, and that's a modification, or trying to fill in certain holes or do certain things. They're all little modifications, and they can be really big and fantastic to just minor. And so I think my series will incorporate those sorts of things over the course of my tenure on YouTube. Alright, so there's that. Okay. And now for something completely different. Wow, that was different. I never imagined I would put that kind of photography on my YouTube channel, but I felt that those pictures say a lot about the group build and the underlying theme that Hamilcar and I sort of delved into. And yes, get outside your comfort zone group build. It's a different one. So I'll give you a little bit of at least my perspective on what happened was, as things improved over the course of the year, I'm working now and things are beginning to level off. I kind of had the itch to get back into group builds and hosting. I was really looking forward to the D-Day one, and luckily though, a lot of great guys here on YouTube have picked up that particular group build and made it into something. So I'll always be very grateful to those people. But so I had an itch. I wanted to do a group build. So I had a bunch of ideas, and I started talking to a few people in the community here, and I recall Hamilcar Barkas had mentioned something about a group build later in the future. And I decided, hey, there's a pretty awesome model builder out here. He's pretty, how would I describe him? He's kind of like he's the real deal. I mean, this guy loves model building. I mean, I love it, but he really loves model building more than I do. I mean, he probably dreams model building and smells the plastic. I don't know. I mean, he's a really good guy, and I figured, hey, give him a PM and talk about group building. And wouldn't you know, we both had a theme that we were both thinking about. Kind of the idea of getting outside your comfort zone. Because as model builders, or anything in life, we're creatures of habit. We like the things that are comfortable, and that's universal throughout our humanity. So as model builders, sure, you know, we love our particular genres or styles. So I'm in a World War II armor person, World War II aircraft kind of guy. But I want to build other things. I want cars and science fiction and, you know, ships. And so the idea is that, you know, when are we going to do it? When are we going to, like, make the plunge and build that model? So the idea of getting outside your comfort zone is to kind of, you know, there must be a lot of you out there that are thinking just like me and Hamilcar, that, you know, we got to try these other models out. We might be missing something, you know. So we said sure. We started talking, and we're going to have it go, I think sometime in November. We haven't settled on an exact date yet. We're still hammering out details. But it's a group build that invites everyone. It's not that any group build is exclusive, but you know, some people aren't into World War II, or some people aren't into cars. Like, there's a lot of those Chevy cheeseburger group build things. I don't know much about that. Still trying to understand cheeseburger and Chevy, how that comes together. But you know, maybe after building some cars, I might get into that. So I don't know. So the other part of the group build is not just genres, but it's also techniques, and it can be anything. You know, maybe some of us, you know, we're very intimidated about techniques. I am. You know, it took me over 2 years. I actually had an airbrush, and I never used it for 2 years because I was afraid of it. So I always say, don't be afraid. Go and try it, because you'll never find out. So what if you make a mistake? You know, don't worry about that. The idea is plunging into these genres and techniques to get comfortable with it. And so, yeah, techniques can be anything. You know, it could be the hairspray technique. Maybe you've never used any serious amount of photo etch before, and that's a lot of work in itself. It could be anything. Scratch building, modifications. You know, genres could be figures. You know, maybe you want to get like a Picasso figure and do some painting. I have about half a dozen of them in Colorado, and I never get a chance to get working on those things. There's so many models to build, and there's not enough time. So I'm sure Michael and I will have some sort of more official announcement later on as we approach the end of the year and talk more about it. But you know, I just want to introduce that it's out there, and looking forward to a lot of exciting builds. I think it's going to be something that's going to be kind of fun and exciting, because you know these are things we've never done before. So what I'm going to build is I'm going to build a car. I have never built a car a day in my life. And here it is. A 1948 Ford Woody. And I've seen a few people with this build. I think Guido in Germany. I saw in the background of his video once he had one. My father has about a box of these. He's got the convertible one. And so I asked him, hey, can I build one of these? And he's like, sure. So this will be the build. And it's got wood grain, so I can work some more wood grain into it. But I have no idea about cars. You know, it's not like a tank. A tank, you can hide your mistakes. Flat paint is a lot easier than working with gloss. So yes, this frightens me just about that much. But it's got some cool stuff, and I've already been looking at some research, pictures and stuff. I want to like do some wiring in the engine. I guess it's got a V8 engine or something. But my family are a bunch of car nuts. I have an older brother who restores antique cars, and my dad's a car nut. My other brother is a car nut. So they got a lot of books on the Woody. So when I do the start the introduction, I'll share all that information with you. So there it is. So get outside your comfort zone group build. So if you want to give a shout out on your channel, Hamilcar and I would really appreciate it. So yeah, group builds. The group builds. There's a lot of them. I wonder what else is going on. Jim Parashakis, he's got a group build, Battle of the Bulge, and I'm glad a young person. I know he's co-hosting it with another young fellow, but I think it's Armor Online, I think is his YouTube call out. I'm not sure, but it's nice to see a young fellow start hosting a group build. I was in his German Aces of the 20th Century group build last fall, and that was a lot of fun. Battle of the Bulge, that's a great campaign, and you know, I actually consider doing one myself sometime, but maybe sometime in the future. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to get in on it though, but I got too many things going on, and I'm trying to keep my model building simple. Trying's the operative word. We'll talk about that later. But so anyway, yeah, if you haven't heard about it, yeah, go check out Jim Parashakis and see what's going on at the Battle of the Bulge, or the Ardennes Offensive group build. And there's a lot of other group builds going on. Unfortunately, I haven't been really aware of what's going on, only because I have limited money. I still have no internet at my house. So I go to the coffee shop and do all my watching and do all my uploads. So once I have internet, hopefully next month, I can check out what's going on in the community as far as group builds. But yeah, there's a ton, and you know, I support the group builds 100%. You know, they're good things, and you know, it's just another way of learning about history, learning about automobiles, if you're doing the car thing. I don't see a lot of ships. You know, maybe we should get some more ships out there. I have ships, but it'd be nice to see more guys and girls building ships. And aircraft stuff, science fiction, there's a little bit out there, but they're all good, you know. And you know, the group build thing, you know, it's not a race. You know, if you don't finish, well, you don't finish. You know, that's not really what it's about. Because eventually, over time, you'll finish it. You know, I think about like when some of the clubs I belong to, like IPMS. You know, we have like monthly theme builds, and it's 1 month. You know, usually they give you a list of the themes for the following year. But, you know, yeah, not everybody participates and not everybody finishes. So it's kind of perfectly natural that you're going to have a percentile of builders who won't finish. You know, it just doesn't happen. Life gets in the way. You know, things happen. And I don't think there'll ever be an end to the group builds. I think it's something that can go on and on. I think what's going to happen, if the YouTube model thing continues in the direction that it's going, I think the group build themes will just become more particular. You know, you got like D-Day, you got, you know, Battle of Britain, you got Battle of the Bulge. You know, I think what will probably eventually happen is you'll probably have those continuing themes, but on the side you'll have maybe subsets. Maybe, you know, Operation Cobra, you know, which is in Normandy in 1944, but a particular section, or you know, maybe Utah Beach, or something like that, or maybe the Battle of El Alamein, or you know, Flying Tigers, you know, that particular time period when they were flying over in Burma. You know, there'll be particular things and particular campaigns, and those are all good, you know, so they'll continue on. So I don't think there'll be ever an end of it, and there shouldn't be. They're healthy, they're good. So I've talked enough about group builds. So if you haven't, though, joined a group build, I bet you there's a bunch of us that haven't. I suppose, yeah, you gotta have a YouTube channel, or I've noticed some group builds, if you have Facebook, you can connect in. But it's, yeah, the group builds are okay. You know, there's a community thing, and you can get help from other people, and you meet new model builders. I went through Cohen C's Curse group build, and when he had the final reveal or the slideshow for the D-Day group build, going through and seeing the names, there are a lot of model builders out there that I haven't made any kind of contact with or subscribed to, and something that I need to work on, and I'll talk about that later towards the end. So that's it for the group builds. And oh my, I purchased some more models and I don't have them with me, so let me go downstairs and I shall get them. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I got some purchases. Last week my local hobby shop was having a 30% off discount for its anniversary. It's been around for about 40 years now in New Hampshire, and I really didn't want to get stuff because my budget right now has been very, very tight, but and you always say, you know, do I need another model kit? But when you go into the shop, it's like this attraction, this pull. So I see all these things, and I'm like, oh, 30% off, what a great deal. So, you know, you start grabbing models. And, you know, I'm in line talking to other model builders, and I realize, God, I got a lot of kits here. So I start doing the math, how much money do I got? I'm like, alright, do I really need these things? You know, this moral conscience speaking, you don't need the model rust. So I put a few back, but I'm going to show you what I did purchase. And what do I got? First, I have a Hobby Boss kit. I never built Hobby Boss before, so I got that little Huey 1/48 scale. I love the Huey. It's a cool helicopter. And I know somebody in our community has recently built one, I think this spring. I forget who it was, but it was pretty cool. It's a simple kit. There's not a whole lot of styrene to it, and that's good, because you know that Geschützwagen, that was a mother of a build. 200 plus parts, and it came with vinyl tracks, so I can't say it was all indie links. So I'm okay with a simple build for the next 6 months. So here it is. And I don't know when I'll build it, but I'll share it with you anyway. So there's that. And I got myself, again, my an Eduard kit. This is a 172 Fokker D1. And it's got, I think it's Richthofen's plane. It's got the markers for it. So it's kind of cool. It's 172 scale. It's a little tiny, but I'm okay with that. And I looked through it. It looks, again, a nice simple kit. A lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to the painting schemes. So it's got this yellow and dark green and the red and blue. Very interesting colors. Yeah. So there's that. And it's a good stuff because, you know, we got the World War I theme, which is going to be going on for like 4 years, you know, with the anniversary and all, so I figured stock up on some World War I stuff. And then I got another World War I aircraft from Eduard. This is a Newport 17, and yeah, this is 1/48 scale. It's a little bigger, so I figure this is going to be fun because I want to try out rigging, get more serious into that technique, and I figured, you know, an airplane can't be alone, so I had to get some figures to go with it. And yeah, they look pretty cool. So I don't know when this will get built, but obviously within the next 4 years. 4 years? Yeah. 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah, just about. So there we go. More kits. And I thought I got some decals. So I was running around. I did find something. No, it's not in there. Where are they? Well, I picked up some decals because I'm always in a bind. Yeah, I picked up some swastikas, the you know, multi various set. So my Henkel, I'll have one to go for the tail, because you know, that'll look pretty good on there. And also my Stuka, whenever that gets finished. Yeah, it's amazing. And, you know, in a store like that, I mean, that's a pretty decent hobby shop. And I was looking for those Airfix World War I tanks. Didn't have any. None whatsoever. They had some Imhar tanks, but I wanted to get the Airfix ones. Those were the ones that Lenny Model Pro 72 reviewed. Those are sharp kits. Definitely want to pick one of those up and build one for the anniversary sometime. Okay, so how do I wind this update up? Yeah, I'll be going to a model show. We have our local IPMS has Granite Con. Granite being New Hampshire's considered the granite state because it has so much abundance of granite rock, which actually Vermont has more granite than New Hampshire, but yeah, it's just yeah, they're just across the river. Anyway, Granite Con, and so it's a good show. I'll have a slideshow of what is brought, what models are on the tables, and you know, I'll take the Geschützwagen there and see. I think it'll be a nice thing to do that. Take it to the show, see what happens, and have something to talk about. All right. Lastly, yeah, the community. I wanted to talk about the community a little bit. Because one of the things is like, you know, because like yesterday I was on YouTube and I was like going through my subscribers. You know, I've been so busy and so much going on in my life, I haven't really had time to like see who's on there, and I realize I haven't been connecting with anybody. So a lot of the new people have subscribed to my channel, so I do apologize to the community for not doing that, because there's a lot of amazing model builders out there, and hopefully as time progresses over the next few months and my computer internet thing gets more established, I can chat and make connections. So I'm looking forward to that. And I also wanted to kind of think about I guess I'm calling them the silent subscribers. You know, yeah, we're a community here on YouTube. Not really. Again, I don't know what exactly that means. I mean, all the people who have channels, yeah, we chit chat, we talk, you know, it's and I think that's maybe the hub of the community, and that's a good thing. But I began to think about like all the people who just subscribe to the channel and watch it, who may not have an account, you know, but just thinking they're kind of like the silent subscribers. Not that I need feedback, or any of us do, but just realizing their presence, that there is also that part of the community that build models or for some reason subscribe. I guess they build models or have some sort of interest in model building, I don't know, but yet they have no particular voice, and or maybe they're kind of like, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They're kind of not sure if they want to have a YouTube channel. I know I've had a few discussions with a few people who are in that situation where you know, they weren't they just needed a gentle nudge to get into the model hobby, and I think that, you know, this one's probably a little nudge, especially if they got all the stuff but they're not ready to go in yet. I mean, there is model collecting, but then there's model building, and I think most of the model builders here on YouTube are model builders, you know. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, that I was just feeling, just kind of recognizing the silent subscribers. So, you know, I always thank you know, we should always be thanking our subscribers. You know, I guess, you know, I think Alex Modeling, he had a thing a few days ago about the idea of, you know, the subscription. There's one side of it, you know, yeah, you know, we shouldn't be like, oh, I got so many people, and kind of wear it as a badge of honor. Oh, I got, none of us do that. I mean, I've never heard of that happening here, and I couldn't imagine anybody saying that kind of stuff. But I also cannot see where Alex is coming from, you know, that the subscription is a bit of a measurement of your channel, to some degree. Not that I don't really go through any of the analytics or anything, though perhaps after watching Alex's video, maybe I should go check it out sometime. But, you know, yeah, I mean, I think, again, just like model building, as you get invested in it, and now that I have a YouTube channel, I want to get invested more into maybe purchasing a better camera, maybe getting a little bit more things to make it a little bit more attractive, not professional, but not completely amateur at the same time. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm kind of on the fence with that because, you know, I didn't really want to talk about it, but you know, we've lost we didn't lose them, but you know, with seeing Cohen C take time away, it was obviously getting to him, and I think that can happen. It's talked about a lot earlier this winter, the stress and the burden. It's not burden, but the stress. And I think, yeah, if you make it too flashy, I'm just scared if I make my show too flashy, I'll get all these too much subscriptions or too much. I don't want my channel to become that. It's not for me. Other people might like that. I can see Alex, he's really into it, and I can see him really thriving there, but I don't know if I really want to go down that road for at least not right now. I don't know what to make of it, you know, in some sense, you know, it's this YouTube channel thing, it's a microcosm of the world. We're broadcasting around the world, and if we got a really good channel and people are really dumping in on it, you do sort of become this kind of mini celebrity in this, and not real celebrity, but you know what I mean, like people want to talk to you. I mean, you know, someone like Cohen, you know, you get some people from the model building market talking to them, you know, or people really bombarding you with all kinds of advice. You know, I probably get maybe 1 or 2 questions a month, and I like that. That's all I really need right now. But can you imagine getting like I know some of us out here in the community are getting a lot, you know, daily emails and messages, and that takes on a whole other thing. So I don't know if I want to go down that road just yet, or if ever. So I guess, you know, the YouTube community, and for all of us who have channels, I guess my thing is you have to balance it. You know, what's good enough for your own particular needs, and try that out. Because, you know, again, you know, I guess the caution is burnout. You see a lot of guys, they get burnt out. Usually it's, you know, some of the negative feedback we're getting from some unhappy folks out there in the world. But again, it's a microcosm of the world, and you know, the world can be a very ugly place, and people can be very mean and nasty, and we should not be surprised to get that kind of feedback from people in the commentaries. And as everyone says, you know, don't feed the dragon kind of stuff, and leave it at that. But yeah, we shouldn't get burnt out. And so my thing is just to keep it simple, keep it fun. And you know, when I worked construction, the advice we always got was, you know, work with what you can handle. And I think that's what it is. You know, if you really want to have an amazing channel with all the bells and whistles, you know, and a lot of us have some of that stuff. I look at like Norm Lajoie. He's got a great channel. He's like the graphics, and his videos are very, very sharp and professional. QDC, he's got a really nice technique, and he must do a lot of editing because you can see it. Alex Modeling's got some really good stuff going on there too, and I would like to adopt some of those techniques, but take what you can handle, and I think maybe slowly build it up. And I think that's my advice for any of you out there that are considering a YouTube channel or have one, you know, because yeah, you don't want to get burnt out, and yeah, so I don't want to talk too much about that stuff, but it's things that I think about a lot. I can't help it. I studied philosophy, so I'm thinking all the time. Yeah. Okay. So there's my update, and my updates are going to be seasonal. I'm not going to be doing it monthly. Again, I'm trying to keep my channel simple, so it's 4 updates a year: summer, fall, winter, and spring. And I think that's enough for me. I'm doing about maybe 4 or 5 videos a month, and I'm very happy with that. I think what I want to do is just the quality of my videos I want to improve upon. So if you're out there, maybe I'll be sending you a PM about that kind of stuff, like cameras or things like that. I know Alex Modeling, he's helped me out a lot with those introductions. I know Normal Joie, he has the same thing. So those funny graphics, there's a website where you can purchase those video templates, and he sent me the link once, and I have it, but I want to use it sometime because they are kind of cool and they really jazz up your channel. Yeah. Okay. So I got a lot of stuff going on. It's amazing. I got a workbench here, and I got a stash. I feel like a pirate or a bootlegger now because I got an enormous stash in Colorado, and my stash here in New Hampshire is going to get bigger because I'm going to go to the model show in a couple weeks. I'm going to buy more models, of course. Well, if this is a disease, then it's okay, because there's a lot of worse things out there in this world, and model building is pretty minor. Alright. Well, I hope everything's going well with all your models and your model building adventures. And you guys keep on modeling on, and I'll see you again here on YouTube. Take care. Goodbye.